Hey guys, Carla here. I have a process video for you, and this is for the DCWV March Sketch Challenge. So I'm just going through the papers that I've chosen, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick this pink polka dot for my background. So I'm just cutting off the top strip here, so we can start. I apologize if you can hear any background noise. My daughter and my husband are watching a movie. So here's the sketch on my phone. I keep it nearby so that I can refer to it as I work. I've been loving matting my photos onto this black and white stripe. I really like the look it gives them. And then I've also been loving this like glitter paper. It's like a photoreal paper. It's like a printed picture of a gold glitter paper, but there's actually no glitter on it. So I've been really liking these two together. And I'm gonna tear the edge off of this one. I really like doing that because it feels like it gives the layers some variety. I'm gonna use this mint paper with like little crosses on it. I really love this pattern, and I'm probably gonna be hoarding the other 12 by 12 sheet for a while. I think this sheet is from the Simple Joy stack. Yep. So I've been playing along with the DCWV challenges since they started. So even before I was on the design team, I was playing along with them every month. And I feel like it was a reminder for me to, spend some time on my hobby. I feel like it's always important to do something we enjoy and spend some time, with ourselves. So here I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the background. And I really like this combination, so I'm gonna cut those papers to size according to the sketch. And I think I stuck pretty closely to the sketch for this one. So now I want this mint paper on the very top, and I know it still has that little puncture hole of where they hang on the racks, but that doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up anyway. So I'm going to start sticking stuff down, because if I don't start sticking stuff down as I go, it takes me a long time to do a layout because I play around with the layers for a long time. Now for that background piece that has the little circles, it's like a little strip. I'm going to cut a piece of this pattern paper like that, but that seems a little big, so I'm still going to trim that some more. Now in the sketch, there's like a little strip on the top of all the layers that has little circles, and I thought that this paper would be perfect for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim that to a size that I like. And while I do that, let me tell you about the picture that I'm using for this layout. So this is a picture of my daughter at a California adventure, and this was the last day that they had the Christmas decorations up. So they had this giant tree decorated for the holidays, and my husband put her right below it, and he knelt down and took a picture of her. And I just really like how this picture kind of shows how excited she was, and it kind of represents how much we enjoyed the day. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen and I'm gonna get a small plate so I can do the circles around the photo. And I also got my wine. So cheers. So I'm gonna turn that plate upside down to do my circles. And I'm gonna use my new favorite pen. It's the Jane Davenport Incredible pen. It's a fountain pen. And it's like buttery smooth, and the ink is really rich black. So it's really nice. I know some people have had issues with their pen, like leaking or not working properly, but I haven't had any issues with this one. After I bought this pen, I went and bought a second one. And the second one, I wanted to use like the that special ink cartridge that you can fill with any ink. So the second pen I got, I did have some issues with that one. That one, the tip of it was like almost too sharp, and it was like scratching up my paper, and the ink wasn't flowing correctly. It's like coming out kind of grayish instead of a rich black, and if you want to make a line, it kind of skips. So yeah, I don't know, maybe the quality control on those pen tips isn't the greatest, but yeah, it's actually, if you get a good one, it's a really good pen. And the ink on that pen is actually water soluble, so it's okay that I got some ink on my plate, because it'll just wash off. So are you guys liking the Jane Davenport stuff at Michael's? This pen is the only thing I've tried so far, and I really like it. And now I'm like in a mad search for the mermaid markers, because I've seen some YouTube videos, and then one of my design team sisters, Monique, she turned me onto those, and so I've been searching for them. I've called all my Michaels, and they're all out of stock, so I guess I just have to be patient and wait for those. And I'm gonna go ahead and use these little cards on the bottom right. I know on the sketch they're 2x3 photos, but I really wanted to use these cards. One of them says, I'm not one to brag, but I'm totally awesome. And the other one says, yeah. So I thought those would be good, because the layout is not really Christmas themed. It's not really, you know, anything specific going on in that photo. So I just wanted to make this layout about how awesome she is and how well she behaved that whole day, because we were there from like 9 to midnight, and the whole day she was happy and enjoying herself. So I was pretty impressed. Now for the ribbon part in the sketch, I'm using the self-adhesive lace. I got this from a Freckled Fawn kit that I usually just buy kits like individually when they're on sale if I really like them. I don't subscribe to any kits. But you know, if you any of you subscribe to kits that you think are awesome, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll check them out. So for that little cluster in the sketch, I played around with these cuts I made on my scanning cut. I believe these were from Wilna Furstenberg, from a class I took at Big Picture Classes way before it was owned by Studio Calico. So I've had those for a while in my little, I have a little basket of like offcuts on my desk. But it just didn't look right to me, so I went to look for some more stuff in my stash. So I also found a piece of doily that I had cut from the tags project stack, and these little like sprigs or something, but it still was not what I was looking for. So yeah, I didn't like it, and I went and looked for more stuff that I could add there. And I did go and find these, like, they're called transfers. I think DCWV sells these at Hobby Lobby, and they are just so awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into these and make kind of like a little half wreath around the picture. They are like because you can use them on anything like you know, canvas, wood, whatever, and they are have like a little dimension to them. So because these transfers are so nice, I just wanted to like hoard them. So I decided that it's better to use them on a layout than, you know, treasure them forever and then not use them, because any kind of rub-on will have a shelf life, and if they get too old, they just don't stick anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use them on my layout here. And while I rub that on, I'm gonna put, you know, a little bit of music for you. Enjoy. So I also added some of those flowers from the rub-ons right here where there's an embellishment cluster on the sketch. And then I'm gonna add one of those small wreaths around one of the little cards on the bottom. And since some of it is covered up, I'm just gonna cut the part that would be covered up and use it on top over there where the gold doily is. It was really hard for me to find something I liked for this layout. I mean, I went looking through all my stash until I found these rub-ons, and I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So when I scrapbook, I like to have like something to drink, like wine or coffee. Depends on, you know, the mood. But I feel like it's relaxing. It's my me time. So I like to have something I enjoy. What about you guys? Do you guys like to snack or have a drink, or do you do anything special while you scrapbook, like watch YouTube or TV shows or something? Usually I listen to podcasts because I feel like I can't like watch my YouTube videos and scrapbook at the same time. Like I get too distracted. But listening to something works really well for me. So usually I listen to the Scrap Gals podcast. If you guys haven't heard about them, you should definitely check them out on iTunes. And I think they also post on their blog. And I think it's the scrapgals.com. There's also a Facebook community if you guys are interested in connecting with other scrapbookers and crafters. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim the back of that doily. And here's another challenge. I went to look for something to add because I feel like it still needs more embellishment. So I went looking through my stash for stuff. And I got those, I got the title, this gold acetate title, and then I got the Tim Holtz tiny word stickers. And so I'm gonna add some of those here. This acetate title, I'm just adding adhesive in those places where the words the letters are clustered together so that you can't see them, so you can see the adhesive in all those clear spaces. And I've added one of those stickers, the Tim Holtz stickers. The top one says I love you, and the bottom one says shine like the whole universe is yours. So now I'm gonna do my journaling, and I'm just gonna write about how awesome she is, and how much fun she had that day, how well she behaved, and how proud we are of her. So I was brave, you guys, and I just I didn't use a ruler or anything. I just made the lines. They kind of wonky looking, but that's okay. I'm okay with that more organic look to them. And same thing with my handwriting. I think it's okay. I mean, I don't think it's that great, but I feel like it using your own handwriting on a scrapbook page really adds something to it. And then it's always fun to see whenever I see like my mom's like old notebooks from school or something. It's really fun to see, you know, her handwriting. So I feel like it adds kind of a personal touch to anything you do. So this was another challenge. I felt like the layout was still missing something. So I went looking through my stash for something I could add, and I found these puffy hearts. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of those. I played around a lot with these, so I'm just gonna cut straight to where I figure it out. And I felt like the cluster there was missing something, so I went and got another of the Tim Holtz chit chat stickers. Oh, they're called small talk stickers. Yeah. And that one says choose to shine. And I'm not happy with that up there, so I'm gonna move it right next to the flowers, and I think that looks much better. So yeah, now I'm happy with it. So 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye.